All right, we're gonna try pruning another blueberry. So first thing I'm gonna start out, I want my open vase shape. So I want kind of V-shaped, upright lateral branches, cut down low branches. Good thing to start out, if I see any big dead branches, like anything dead or disease looking, just cut that out. So right here, I got a long dead branch, that's going out. Bam, that's going out. And that's a really good place to start, because once you start with the dead growth, it kind of becomes easier to think about other things, especially if you see really big dead branches. So starting to kind of clean that stuff up. Another thing I'm gonna look for, let's clean up the center a little bit. So I see there's a lot of like upright green growth kind of coming in the center. Not that there's anything wrong with having newer, fresher branches come in there, but these are gonna kind of crowd out the center. So I'm gonna cut these nice and close to the base. And we wanna make sure we cut them nice and low. This one I'm gonna leave right here. It's good to leave new fresh branches, but just make sure they're not crowding up the center. So now I'm just gonna kind of do more, just cut out some of this growth that's kind of crowding out the center. Another thing, crossing branches. So you see how these two branches are touching? You'll see that? So when branches touch on blueberries, they typically die back. So I gotta choose, am I gonna cut off this branch or am I gonna cut off this branch? I'm probably gonna cut off this small branch here. Here, I'll pull it off. See, because it's growing in towards the center, it's kind of hanging down. Most of the growth on it's dead, so that's a pretty easy decision right there to make. I'm gonna cut off that one. I'll clean this one up a little bit too, take it out of the center. All right, let's see here. I'm also gonna try to get out branches that are kind of hanging off, trying to keep it more contained. Let's see, there's some more dead growth. Yeah, this branch does not look very healthy. I'm gonna cut this whole section off. This one doesn't look super healthy, but this one coming off of it does, so I'll keep that one. And this is just as much of a science as it is an art. You're kind of just reading the health of the plant, trying to train it in a way that looks best to you, but also thinking about how the plant responds, what is looking healthiest, what has new fresh growth, what are older branches that need to be taken out to allow newer, healthier branches to grow in. Let's see here. And I think when you first start out pruning, it can be a little intimidating, especially with blueberries, because they're kind of picky. They're little picky little guys. But I think it's just good to just kind of, once you get some more confidence, you get a general idea of what you're looking for, just kind of start cooking. Just really don't think too hard about it. I mean, in the beginning, think hard about it, but then like kind of just get a flow going. And let's see, I'll probably take off some of this lower growth here. All right, we got a crossing branch right here. These two branches are touching. I'm just going to cut this one back to right here. That one's crossing. Dead branch. And I probably might come back and do another look over on this one, but for a quick little 2-minute prune just to get the shape right, kind of relatively how I want it, make sure there's no dead crossing branches. I think this looks a lot better than it did before. So that's a little quick and dirty just to get down on a blueberry and get it looking a little more clean.